Welcome to Death and Aliens, an in-depth look at horror and sci-fi TV from two friends who vaguely know what they're doing. I'm MK.
And I'm Courtney.
And Courtney. How are you?
I'm great. I'm tired, but I'm very excited because I don't know if you know, but Taylor Swift released an album for me because I
Or
passed the bar. Yeah.
oh, right.
Yes. She released it on the day of the bar results because she knew that I was going to pass. And so she released me an album.
Oh, I did at some point on Friday tell Dan that the album was for me too.
Mm, well, I guess we can share it. Maybe it was for us. Maybe it was for the podcast.
Maybe.
She was like, "This is Death and Aliens podcast. This is the one I've released the Life of a Showgirl for." And so Friday I was obviously very busy, so I didn't actually get to listen to it until Saturday morning, which was an issue for my brain. But I was just rocking and rolling all day, and I listened to it Saturday morning before I went out and did more celebrating. Then I listened to it Saturday night. My friend came over, and I was like, I'm going to be drinking martinis. I am not cleaning my house, and I'm going to be listening to Taylor Swift. It is 11 o'clock at night. If you'd like to come to my house in that state, you are welcome.
Yeah.
You do not have to, because he was like, we should have a drink. And I was like, I am offering that as an option.
Right.
However, I'm giving you all of the circumstances that
Yeah.
will also happen.
Yeah.
Um, he came over. He may or may not have got overwhelmed. I don't know. I was drinking martinis and listening to Taylor Swift, so
Yeah.
I don't know what else was happening. Um, but he did bring more vodka, so that was good. That was helpful for the
Good. We
martinis.
love that. We love that.
We love that. Um, and then I woke up Sunday morning and put it back on because I went and saw the official release party of The Life of a Showgirl.
Did you?
I did. Amy texted me, I don't know, like a month ago. I don't know, it was like ages ago. And whenever it was like announced, and she was like, do you want to go with me on the 5th? And I was like, yes. I said, also bar results come out the 3rd, but I still want to go with you. I just don't know what mental state I'll be in.
Right. Like I don't know
I
if I'm
may,
going. I don't know if I'm going to commiserate or to celebrate.
right, like I don't know if I'll be in sequins or sweatpants. Like it's a toss up right now.
Right.
And she was like, no problem either way. We'll just, if you want to go, we'll go.
Yeah.
And she was even like, I'll come pick you up. She lives in Baton Rouge. And this theater's 20 minutes from me. So, but I was like, you don't have to. I can drive. I don't want to. I want you to come pick me up. But
Right.
I was like, you don't have to. She was like, I like driving. I'll come pick you up. And I was so glad 'cause it was rainy and it was gross. And I was just like, I don't do it. I'm just a passenger princess.
Yeah.
I'm just a baby. And so she came pick me up and we got all decked out. I wore my scarlet night dress from Virgin Cruise 1.
Yes.
And so it was one sleeve, one long sleeve and one off the shoulder, and full sequins.
Mhm.
And she showed up and she wore like a gold top and like a black skirt with like gold heels. And she made friendship bracelets because I'm not crafty and she is. Um, and it was so fun. And we went to the theater and it was just us the entire time. And then two men showed up in the middle, like two older men came in like 20 minutes into the film. And that was the entire theater. That was all that was in our showing. And it was incredible because you just see me, we're just singing and just gabbing. And uh it is I literally walked into work today dancing to Opalite
Mm.
and Tanika looked at me like I was a crazy person. Like
Yeah.
I've been listening to it on repeat. I've got my new setup of my favorites. I've been jamming,
Um,
thriving.
I don't necessarily know if it's my favorite, but I cannot lie about the fact that for the last 3 days straight, I have been singing on repeat in my head, keep it 100 to the land, the sea, and the sky.
Oh my God, uh,
I don't know if Fate of Ophelia is my favorite, but
it's so
it's
good though.
in my
So
brain.
that's what the official release party was, the making of the Fate of Ophelia music video,
Yeah.
and then her talking about each of the songs and why she wrote them. Some she lied about, but
Well,
because
yeah,
it was the
because
clean version.
right, because I was gonna say because
Um,
no interview is she going to explicitly talk about the fact that wood is what it is. Which, by the
Right.
way, Dan is not a Taylor Swift person. He doesn't really know anything except for that I was excited about the album coming out. But
Mhm.
I did read him the lyrics of Wood. Just no, didn't sing it to him, didn't play him the song, just read him the lyrics, and he goes, "I don't think I'm comfortable in any way, shape, or form right now."
I love it. I love it.
He's
You
looking at
need
me, right? He just came to the door and just goes, "Mm-mm."
to you need to play in father figure. That's what people are doing on TikTok. They're playing their husband's father figure, see what happens. Um, 'Cause so funny. And I the first time I heard father figure, I was like, it's on my list. It's on my top five
Is
now.
that okay?
I am thriving. And it's so funny, the clean version says, uh, cause my check is bigger. It is so funny. Oh my gosh, we were dying in the theater.
I haven't like I have listened to it, but I haven't really had enough time to listen to it in like the deep I want to like and able to rate songs way because I've been so busy, which is upsetting. But I also like I sent you this video, so I'm sure you'll see it at some point when you go on TikTok. But this guy was like, "Hey, everyone is being really rude to Taylor Swift's new album online," because I have seen mostly negative feedback, to be
Me
honest.
too. Yeah.
But two things. One, actually, no, three. Three reasons why I'm upset with people's feedback. One, a lot of the feedback that I have heard is people being upset that everything sounds like another song. However, if you look at the album, every single song that you think sounds like another song does have extrapolated like mixes of those songs, and every single one of those other songs is also another song that they had to fight to get the rights for the song. It is
Yep.
intentional. Taylor does not make mistakes like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
One. Number two, one of the things that I saw, I really agreed with this girl. She was like, why are we mad at her for being happy?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are
A lot,
saying.
like, why? She's no longer miserable. She finally has her happy ending. She wrote happy music. Got the fuck over it.
Right.
Like, and I feel like I saw a couple people who were like, this is my album. This is finally the album for the happy married wife. Like, this is the Taylor Swift album
Hmm.
for me.
Hmm.
Um, and then third, a lot of people don't know what a showgirl is, apparently.
Really, I
This
haven't seen a lot about the like
No, 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 this is
showgirl.
this is the video I sent. This is the video I sent you.
Okay.
This guy was like, "Hey." So I'm seeing a lot of people upset that they don't think the vibe of the album fits a showgirl, and they looked at the picture of her with all the jewels and thought this was going to be club bangers. Um, do you know what a showgirl is? And he was like, I don't. Clearly, you're out from Vegas. Like, I don't know what's happening. And like the one comment, the girl was like, I looked at the album and I read the word showgirl and I thought this is going to be Vegas Broadway. And then I listened to it and I got Vegas Broadway. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
what?
And she talks about in the making of Fate of Ophelia, she has like it's like multiple cutscenes from different generations. And so she has like showgirls from the 30s, and it's like the women who were in the films with the synchronized swimming stuff. I can't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
those
yeah.
films. You know what
Oh,
like those were the showgirls of the 30s, 40s that she has from the 50s, and then she has
yeah,
going into like Vegas, and she has like the just the pop stars, like she has all of the iterations of showgirl.
yeah,
Um, but those are showgirls. That is what I would think.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I think my top listen to straight. So first of all, I love Ella's Daughter. It does not fit the vibe of my listen through, but
Fair, fair,
I
fair.
love it so much. It's probably one of my favorites. But
I
my
that's
listen
another
through
thing I saw a bunch of people trying to rewrite the lyrics of Elvis Daughter and they were like, it's not per
why?
and then but the comment was like, you know you're an Elvis Daughter when you have to try to fix a song that's already fine.
That's already fine. Yes, correct, correct. So the order I listen in, I go
Mm.
Opalite, Father Figure, Actually Romantic, Would, Canceled, and Honey. That is my perfect listen through. It is $6, not five. But I do when if I'm like trying to get hype, I do take Honey out because it's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
But if
I
I'm like
I
listening through,
love
that's fun.
I love wish list.
Everyone does. It's fine. It's
But I
not my
also
top
like for
five,
where but
but
it's also like for where I am in my life, wish
right,
list it makes is perfect. Wish list
mhm,
like that's the whole point of like I'm
right,
the happy married people who finally have a Taylor album. Like wish list is our
mhm,
song.
right.
I love wish list. I love Opalite. I love Fate of Ophelia.
I also love
What
Theophilia.
I can't take seriously. It's so good, but I can't take it seriously because I just can't.
But here's the thing, the more you listen to it, the more you can't help but rock with it. Like
Oh
I'm
no, I
like
know.
knocking on wood everywhere. Like it has become my like that's the one that I'm vibing to the most. And it is wild.
I love Canceled.
Me too.
Ugh,
Me too.
I,
It's they said that's her Reputation album. And I was like, it is. It is.
what did um yeah, I'm trying to oh, I sent you a bunch. All I did this afternoon when I was waiting for you to get out of work was send you videos on other people's hot takes on this new album. Like you probably
I
have
love
like
it. I
eight.
cannot wait.
I think you have like eight videos and they're just all about Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Um,
perfect.
yeah, I I'm obsessed.
Same. Same.
And I'll be
I
honest,
can't get enough.
I was at a weird place in my life and I was like in a different country and like I don't think I have ever listened to Folklore or Evermore all the way through.
So here's the thing. I haven't either. I haven't listened to Folklore, Evermore, or Midnight.
No,
Those
I or Midnights, none of them. None
I
of
didn't
them.
get any of those albums. I listened one to end of Tortured Poets like once
Yes.
because it's fine. It's not my very favorite album. There's
Tortured
some songs
Poets.
that are
Um,
bangers, but
Jason Kelsey and I have the same favorite song on Tortured Poets.
same.
Um,
We do. Yep.
um, and but it's also because like that is basically
And
that's
there's a lot of songs, like, but there were like five that I was like, I love these.
yeah,
But it was just a lot more than five songs.
yeah.
But the other ones I haven't listened to, like, listened straight through an album on repeat since Lover.
Me either. I have not either.
And like people are hating on Lover, and I don't care.
Oh
I mean,
no,
that song gets on my nerves, but I love that album. Like Paper
Lover.
Rings is,
If I had to rate the albums, I'm gonna keep Life of a Showgirl off because it's still too
yeah,
hype for me to like actually rate it. I'm more in a
hmm
like, oh my God, I love everything because it just came out. Like, so
yeah,
ignoring that one. Midnight's Folklore and Evermore, I would put them all tied at the bottom because I've literally not listened
same,
to any of them.
same,
And then I would put probably Tortured Poets and Taylor Swift. I do like bits and
yeah.
pieces of both of them. My actual favorite Swift, or my favorite song, actually, my favorite song, I'm trying to remember if my favorite of her early songs, I don't remember which album it's on.
I think Getaway
Because
Car, 'cause I love Getaway Car.
no, what? It is because it's one of the ones that's only on some editions of the albums, and that pisses me off. It is
You know what's
on
my favorite song by Taylor Swift? It's I'd Fly. Do you know what album it's on? None of them. You know how we got it? Leaked on LimeWire. I had no idea until like 3 months ago when
um
someone talked about it on TikTok.
no, okay, I was wrong. It was right. It's not on Taylor Swift, so I'm still good. My favorite old Taylor Swift song is Haunted.
That's a nice one.
That's a good one, and
Um,
it's only on certain versions of Speak Now. It's not even on all of them.
yeah.
So then Taylor Swift and Tortured Poets, and then I would say Red.
See, I have a hard time there. I love Sun Red and I am annoyed by Sun Red. It's
Exactly.
so wishy-washy for me sometimes.
Um, and then am I missing an album in my brain right now?
I don't know. There's Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover,
And Speak Now,
and,
right?
and Speak Now. I think those are the only ones left.
Okay, that's the ones I thought were left. Oh no, Fearless.
I
Fearless
always
is
forget Fearless is a different
Fearless. I
album than
always
Red.
forget. Yes. Okay, so Fearless and Red, because again, and then for me, top four would be Reputation, 1989, Speak Now, um, and Lover. Lover is my top favorite, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
care.
think I'm between Lover and 1989 being my favorite, I think.
Mm,
Um, but I think my list is very similar to yours.
just
Otherwise, Speak Now kind of comes in a little closer in line with Red and Fearless.
that's
Um,
fair. I love Speak Now. I
well, like
don't.
sometimes Fearless is my go-to back album,
Mm,
and so
yeah,
sometimes I rank it a little bit higher. But like, I also just kind of it kind of depends on the mood if I like Fearless, Red, or Speak Now better. Like, so and like Sabrina Carpenter said when she was asked, like they were like, "What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?" And she's like, "What mood am I in?" I was like, exactly.
Valid,
How do I feel
valid.
today? Um, so yeah, I'm also really digging the TikToks about that are like people reacting as if they're Travis Kelce in the like locker room with the Chiefs players. It's so funny.
I also like the ones of people reacting as if they're Charlie XCX.
I haven't seen those yet because I don't really know much about. I know that she coined Brat Summer or whatever, and that my friend
Yeah,
used to work on her marketing team. Uh,
well, but she was dating another guy in the 1975
in
at the same time.
1975, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they still are, but she was dating him
I
while,
think they are.
yeah, while Taylor was dating Matt Healy, and
Mm,
she was not
yeah.
kind.
That's what I hear. I don't know a ton about that, but I do know like, yeah, one of my friends from early New York days, he was like one of the marketing people on her team for digital marketing, and he seemed to really like her at the time. But this was 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Right, I don't know.
So who knows? But yeah, I don't I that is literally the information I know about her. So
Yeah.
but God, I love that song though. I love that song so much. Such a bop.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. My notes for what we were going to talk about was also just Taylor Swift. So I'm glad. I hope everybody enjoyed that 30-minute podcast episode just about Taylor Swift, where we
Yeah.
barely even actually talked about the music.
Because we talked about what was important, our
Yeah,
feelings and whatnot.
yeah. So before we get into what we're really here to talk about, do you want to give me some guidance?
Yes. I'm
And
so
will it be a
sorry.
Taylor quote? Just what?
Oh, I didn't even think to do that. I didn't even think, no, it's not, because I didn't think about it.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry. Um, they're trying to hide chair. Rachel sending pictures.
Oh.
Oh, here's this sounds like Taylor, but it's not.
Okay.
Um, the best revenge is massive success. Frank Sinatra.
I love that. Also
Same.
speaking of Taylor Swift and revenge, I think the thing that I will never get over, the only time I've ever truly disagreed with Taylor making a decision was when she changed the lyrics to Better Than Revenge.
So I have another confession to make. I haven't listened to any of the Vault stuff or any of the Taylor version stuff.
Well, now that she owns her own records, it doesn't matter. But
I know,
um
but like but I just, it's not like I went back and listened to those albums
right,
when she
no.
released Taylor's version. I just haven't like kept up. Like literally the only thing
Um
I've listened to in the recent days is the Lover album and Tortured Poets. And everything else I like haven't gone back and listened to it
I have
ages.
listened to some of them because some of them she has like collaborators and things with them, and some of them are
Mm.
interesting. I have not like Eras Tour level of listened
Yeah,
to every Taylor's version thing, but the lyrics of Better Than Revenge,
I
the
love that
line,
song.
me too, but the line, she's better known for the things that she does on the
Does on the
mattress.
mattress.
That line is not in the new song.
She had to make it for the kids. She had to make the clean versions. Thank God she can help with. Get us back to our roots. I lied. I did listen to the like 30-minute version of All Too Well because they used to play it at the bar all the time.
Yeah, so the new lyrics say she's not a saint and she's not what you think. She's an actress. He was a moth to the flame. She was holding the matches, which is still a
So that's
good
a great
line.
line.
It's still a great line, but
Honestly, it's probably a better line, but it's not the line I know.
correct.
It's not my line.
And it's also not like it was so petty. It was so
Yeah,
petty to
so
poetically call
petty.
someone a whore. Like,
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
but I know we're girls. We don't need to call people whores except for when they are, so I don't understand why we don't.
Right, right.
Whatever.
I love that line.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's fine. I'll go listen to the old stuff one day once
Yeah.
I'm done listening to Open Wide Open Feet.
Well, we are going to talk today about Stargate Atlantis, season 1, episode 9, Home. It was rated 7.8 stars. And it came out on Friday, September 10th, 2004. So if you want to know what happened that day, you can go back to last week's episode of Stargate Atlanta of SG1. It was, oh, excuse me, it was directed by Holly Dale. who is a new name. And this
Okay,
is the
okay.
only this is the only episode she directs for the show. So we will not talk about her again. But she is known for Mary Kills People, Will Trent, and Dexter. She was recognized by the Directors
Do
Guild
you
of
know what era of Dexter?
um I don't. Um she's one of those people who like does a lot of stuff, like directing, but like
Mhm.
um she she has 122 different directing credits.
Good for her.
Like she did some stuff for Rain. She did episodes of the Chicago Fire PD and Med.
Rain, like the Victorian era show.
Yeah,
I love that show.
she did. She directed episodes of Mistress. She directed Blue Bloods and NCIS and Agents of Shield. Like everything in the modern TV era, she has directed. She
Nice.
directed one episode in season 7 and one episode in season 8 of Dexter.
Okay, so I haven't seen those seasons. I've only seen the first few seasons.
Um,
Um,
she she also she directed one episode of Rosalie on Isles. Um, she directed one episode of Heroes. Like I said, like literally
mhm.
everything. She even directed one episode of Kyle XY.
I never watched that show either.
Oh my God, I did. I was so fascinated by this dude without a belly button. Um,
I think Rachel watched it. I think Rachel watched it too, but I
um,
never did.
she was recognized by the Directors Guild of Canada as their best director 4 separate times. Um, and she actually began her career as an independent documentary filmmaker and worked her way up to like
What
marketing
a
direct,
flex.
right? Um, she does not have social
What
media
other
either.
what other independent documentary filmmaker has made it where she has? I feel like that's not
Right.
something you hear a lot.
Yeah, no, her first directing credit is a movie. Oh no, that's editing. Her first directing, that's producing. Jesus. Her first directing credit was a 13-minute short called Cream Soda in 1976
Good for her, dude.
that she also wrote and produced. Um, and then yeah, and then she just kept going. She directed the Dangerous Offender, the Marlene Moore story.
Ooh la la.
Exhibit A, Secrets of Forensic Science. Yeah.
I love
And
it. I love
now
her.
she's directing Will Trent. She doesn't have social media. Couldn't really find anything about her personal life is not anywhere on the internet. But she's done some good work. This episode was written by Joseph Malozzi and Paul Mully, with story editing by Martin Darrow and film editing by Ron Yoshido. The guest star for this episode was really confusing to me because I don't remember seeing him. Like he's a character in the show. Like I know he's one of those like he's one of the soldiers who just like is around, but I genuinely don't remember seeing him in this episode. So
Okay.
I was confused. Um his name is Noah Beggs and he I can't remember the character's name. Um because obviously like our actual guest star was not new. Um
Right.
No, oh no, I lied. He's been, that's why, because I was thinking he was somebody else. He has been in it as other care. I think he's done like other one-off BS things before. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm really confused. Oh yeah. He has been in random episodes of Stargate SG-1. So in my mind, I already knew who he was,
Mhm.
but he's not. He plays Dex, one of Shepard's military friends, who
Got
was
it.
also just played random soldiers in SG-1. He is known for The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Final Cut, and Summer of '84, but all of those are for stunts. He is much more famous for his stunts than his acting, but he has lots and lots and lots of very small parts. He's like one episode of this, one episode of that. And usually, those, even when he is acting, his title is like security agent, mob guy, like police. Like he doesn't play real roles. He
Yeah.
plays he plays the background guy that also has to throw things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because he has a very pretty face.
Yeah,
Um,
he does.
he was born in LA, and I also could not find any social media for him at
Because he
all.
was born in LA and he was like, nah, I gotta get out of here.
But he was,
Please don't talk to me ever
I
again.
mean, he was born in LA in the '70s, so like,
He's done now. He did his time.
yeah.
He did
Um,
his time in the real world.
so I apologize to everyone because I took notes not the same way I normally take notes, and so part of this is going to be me interpreting the notes. But
Amazing. Good stuff.
but I also mostly remember the episodes. That's good. So we start with the team on a planet called M5S224. Not that that matters, but and they're walking around through fog because McKay is convinced that these energy readings are a civilization. Um, and Shepard is like, let's just fucking go home. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Just go home.
Yeah.
Um, they know is that the fog looks like water vapor. Or, I mean, it looks like fog, but it's not a water vapor. They don't actually know what it is. But when they dial the Stargate to go back to Atlantis, McKay notices that the readings on his tablet have changed, and it turns out that the gate is actually drawing power from the mist. And based on the amount of mist and the amount of power that the gate is drawing, they think that they have finally solved their problem and they're going to be able to go back to Earth. And then we get the credits. So they explain everything to Dr. Weir, and they discuss the fact that while the mist is the thing that has the power, the DHD on Atlantis is the only DHD that has the ability to lock in an eighth chevron. So they need to somehow use the power source from 224, but the DHD from Atlantis. So McKay offers to remove the control crystal and put it in the other DHD to modify it, make it work. He and Lieutenant Ford go back to 224 to install their new thing. Um,
That was like
and
risky as hell, by the way. Like,
correct. They even admit that
what? I know they talk about it,
they
but
talk about the fact that like it is possible that McKay could take this DHD apart and then not only could it not end up taking them to Earth, it could not ever start again. And I can't remember how long did John say it would take them to get back to.
like 800 million years or
They
something.
said, or yeah, I don't think it was that long. I think it was like,
Probably.
I think they said it was like 10 years that it would take them to get there in a puddle jumper without the gate. That's a
Yeah,
long time.
it's a long time.
Um, and um, they they are all the while between Dr. Weir and Major Shepard and Lieutenant Ford and Taylor and McKay, they're all talking about who should go back to Earth and who should stay in Atlantis and what they would do and why they think that they should be on one planet or the other. But McKay does in fact get the gate to work and they dial Earth and Sergeant Harriman answers and he's like Dr. Weir, is that actually you? Like, I don't know who this is. But that's not funny. And she like sends her IDC and they discover that it's there. And Sergeant Harriman was like, they were like, we don't know if we should come through the gate. We wanted to communicate with you, but we don't know if we can actually come through the gate because we don't know if we can get back. And he says,
Mhm.
well, the crazy thing is like the Prometheus has been like, we've been working with the Asgard to fix something on the Prometheus, and now like the ship is going to be able to get you between Earth and Atlantis in a month. So, with
Okay.
that wonderful good news, the group steps through the Stargate, and Weir and McKay are there to debrief General Hammond.
So this is step one. He's not a general anymore.
Not only, so interesting, because you brought it up, I'll bring up it's part of my trivia for later. Not only is that not in our continuity because we know these shows are happening simultaneously. Not only is it not in our continuity for General Hammond to be in charge of the SGC, for eagle-eyed viewers, General Hammond's patches are not correct. He is a four-star general, and his patches are only two-star on
I
in the
didn't
dream
notice
world.
that
Yeah.
because I don't know patches well.
Yeah.
But I did say this isn't correct because we saw him, like the reason we have Weir is because General Hammond's not there. Like,
Correct.
so 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
Right. And the fact that like Weir didn't immediately think it was weird that was he was there when she's the one who gave O'Neill the job for him,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
something's wrong. Um they when they tell him everything that has happened in Atlantis, and when informed of the threat of the Wraith, he tells the Pentagon, and the Pentagon gives back the news that they need to withdraw from the Pegasus Galaxy. Um Weir obviously is fighting this. She's like, no, we have to go back. Like technological advancement, like alone could be worth it. Like we have to, like not to mention like that we're responsible because we're the ones who woke the Wraith up, and we have all these people still there and blah blah blah. Um, while this is going on, Shepard takes Taylor on a shopping spree.
Which is also so like I didn't know what was happening at this moment, but
Well,
I
to be
knew.
fair, Taylor doesn't have Earth clothes.
I know, but I'm not like I didn't know like what this episode was at this moment. I hadn't figured out what our twist was going to be,
Which is
but I
fine.
did know that this felt crazy. And like every new scene, I was like, it's not quite right. And then when John says that, I was like, right, it's not quite right.
Yeah, yes.
Like it's I can't tell you why it's wrong though, but I can tell you other than General Hammond. But other
Yeah.
than that, I can't tell you why it's wrong.
Right. Well, and neither could John. He knew
Right.
something was up, but he didn't like so he and Taylor are off shopping, and Rodney goes back to his apartment so he can take his pants off and eat month-old potato chips and watch TV because
Hallelujah. Praise.
yeah. Um After the debriefing, Dr. Weir leaves the SGC and she goes back to Simon's home. I think this is the first time we have even heard mention of Simon. Um,
Okay, that's good because I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Is she married? Did I forget?
so she's not married. She's not married. It is her long-term like partner.
Partner,
And she did leave him to go to Atlantis with a video
right?
message. Like all of
Okay,
that stuff is true. Um, we have not at this point actually met
okay,
Simon, except for that we
like
have because the actor who plays Simon,
okay,
Garwin, also played that guy who was in love with Sam, who she gave the cat to that walked through the walls.
hmm,
Oh God, what was his name? He was part of the
yeah,
Tolan. I don't remember
hmm,
his name, but he was the leader of the Tolan. So
yeah.
the actor we've seen before. But
Well,
no,
I was like, I feel like this is all true stuff. Like, even though I know something is wrong and that this is not quite where they're at, like, I feel like
yeah.
he exists and this is a real story, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm glad we haven't met him yet, and I'm not just
No,
crazy.
I'm what? I okay, Simon Wallace. I'm like pulling up his thing. Um, yes. So, oh yeah. So, this is his entire biography. I will not read you past where we are past. Dr. Simon Wallace is a medical doctor and Dr. Elizabeth Weir's fiance, whom she left when she took command of the Atlantis expedition. Biography, 2004. He was granted security clearance after Dr. Elizabeth Weir left for the Pegasus Galaxy and was allowed to see a goodbye recording Weir left for him. Simon also appeared in Weir's alternate reality created by an alien mist. That's it. Those are the only two. So he was, I guess, was he mentioned in Rising as she left him a message? Because
Couldn't tell
this,
you. Couldn't tell you. Sounds like something they think we should know, but I don't know that we
right.
did.
So yeah, we definitely not seen him, but I don't know if in Rising, when she leaves, she says that she
Hmm.
left the message for him. Um,
Sure, sure.
no, this is the I mean, to be fair, I don't actually know, but this is what the summary of that episode says. All the members of the team are saying farewell to their loved ones. Some are able to disclose certain details about the mission, but others have to fabricate stories. That so
That's not helpful.
no, so that's how much we know about Simon.
Cool.
Um, she is happy to see him and see her dog Sedge, and they're excited. And he gives her a necklace as a welcome home present, but General Hammond calls and she has to leave and go back to the SGC. Um, then we see her come to McKay's house, where she reports that there has been an accident on the Prometheus and they aren't actually going to be able to get back to Atlantis. Um, McKay has not given up because that's not what he does. He
Hmm.
shows up at base and he starts telling Hammond that he has a plan to get back to there because he needs to only use 3.5 microseconds of the depleted ZPM, um, of energy from the depleted ZPM, and then once the wormhole is established, the energy source on 224 will take over and maintain the wormhole. So they don't
Yes.
actually need a full ZPM. We see Weir ask Hammond for permission to contact the Asgard and ask for one of their ships, but Hammond tells her that no such thing is possible and that whenever the Asgard's ready, they'll contact Earth. Um, and she goes back to see Simon and she's complaining about it all going wrong. And he's like, hey, would it be so bad, like, to stay here with me and like be happy? And she says, I should have let Shepard go instead of me.
And that's when you know.
That's
That's when
when
you
you know
know.
something is very wrong. I
Hmm.
mean, or the second you see General Hammond, but
Right. Like I knew things were wrong, but I couldn't figure it out. Then she says that, and I'm like, okay, we're like really,
my
really
no,
wrong.
and then as it goes from here, it gets more and more obvious. And my favorite is
Hmm.
like the cut scenes where Weir was walking through hallways and then it just changes her outfit in the middle of a
Yeah.
scene. Those are my favorite.
Hmm.
Um, so later we see Weir learning from Hammond that McKay is succeeding in his experiments to reopen the gate, but once he does, a reinforced military team with a new commander will be traveling to Atlantis. Weir is not going to be allowed to go. She is staying there. She's lost her job, and Hammond says that Shepard successfully dialed in on his end about an hour ago, and he agrees that Weir should not have control anymore. And Weir is like, John would never do that.
Yeah.
Then we see Ford just hanging out with his family when Sergeant Harriman shows up and gives him a new order and says he has to
Hmm.
go back to Antarctica and he will never be allowed to go back to Atlantis.
That's shady.
Um, Shepard takes Taylor to his house in the Green Moss Park area and introduces her to beer. Um, they're looking around his very ridiculous, very stereotypical bachelor pad. And she's like, I'm gonna leave, like I want to see Earth. Like if I was like I'm here, I want to like see the planet. And or no, he wants to leave and show her the planet. He's like, let's go see everything. She's like, don't you want to like be at your house for a second? Like we just got here.
Right.
And like, do you want to like see your friends? Like, let anybody know you're home? Like, what do you want? And then his buddies, Mitch and Dex, show up. And then more and more and more people show up. And at this point, it's like 15 or 20 people, including Lieutenant Ford and a dozen pizzas.
What better way? What better way?
Everybody's eating pizza, drinking beer.
Hmm.
Um, then we're back in SGC and Weir is going down to the lab to visit McKay. And she is distraught that she's been suspended from her duties. And he's trying to help her see the bright side of the situation. And like she's like, he's like, it's okay, you can stay here. You can like get on with your life with Simon. And she's like,
Hmm.
I've never told you about Simon. He goes, oh, you must have.
Oops.
You must have.
Oopsie.
We must have shared that kind of life detail.
But also, like, how have you not mentioned? You've been gone for a month, right? You've
You've
never
been gone
mentioned your
for a month
partner.
and you haven't mentioned that you have a fiance that you left a 3-minute video for and moved to a different galaxy.
Right. Like, also, how did you not do that?
But no, but I think it's very, I think it's, of course she didn't. Like that's not, she is the kind of leader who does not fraternize. Like that's not her job as a leader to be friends with somebody. I
Yeah,
mean,
but like, if you're living with someone for an entire month, you're not going to mention that you have a partner?
no.
That's a lie.
I mean, I would. I'm not that kind of
Right.
person. But I'm not that kind of person. But I mean, think
Wow.
about it. How long was it before anyone other than Jack knew anything about Hammond's family?
I guess. But they aren't living together.
They aren't, but they're spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, but still.
So then, of course, we see Dr. Weir walk into the room to see McKay, Rodney, and of course, Rodney and Dr. Weir are now wearing two different outfits. And she's like, "Why are you so upset?" And he's like, "I don't think you understand. I'm running these tests on this CPM. And not only is there no power, there is apparently no laws of physics in this entire reality. Like, not one of the results of this test makes sense. Not physics no longer applies. I don't know what's happening. This isn't even real." And he throws his EPM on the ground, and it does in fact just shatter into a bunch of pieces of colored glass because it was not a real ZPM.
Yeah.
And then we get my favorite moment of the episode. It's devastating, but it is my favorite moment of the entire episode because we're at Shepard's apartment.
Oh, this is
And
yeah.
everybody's talking about things and they're telling stories about war. And Mitch and Dex are talking about this mission that Shepard like did and how great it was and how cool it was and how like badass he was on this mission in Afghanistan. And he just goes, and then 2 days later, the two of you were shot outside Kabul.
Yeah,
And they're all, and Taylor's like, what the fuck?
I know. This that yes, this was also my favorite part of the episode.
Um, and so he just grabs a gun and shoots Dex in the chest. Um,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you noticed, there was no blood.
Yeah.
I watched very closely for that. I was
Hmm.
like, and he's holding the gun in front down to everybody in the room. He's like, I don't think any of you are real. He even points it at Ford and was like, I don't even know if you're real. Like, I don't know what's going on. But
But you do
half
know
of
that he's currently not dead, so don't shoot at him just in case.
right, he's like half of but he's like half of the people in this room are not alive. He's
Right.
like, and my sixth grade science teacher is also at this party, so
That
that's
was the
fucking weird.
wildest.
He's
That
like,
was so
you're
funny.
dead and you're dead, and I don't know why you're here. You were my sixth grade science teacher.
Oh
Like,
my gosh. Yeah. It was like
um,
off the walls, bonkers.
yeah. Um, then we're back to real Weir talking to fake McKay. And
Hmm.
she's about to lose her mind and she's about to crack. And General Hammond comes in and the whole facade of the SGC disappears. And he tells her there's no need to delude her mind with any more fantasies. He temporarily changes into his gas form and then back. And he tells her that they're all just trapped in their own illusory worlds. So they're all still
Nope.
on what?
I said, yup.
Oh, I thought you said nope, and I was like, why did I miss
Oh,
something? No,
no,
so
no, yeah.
they're all still on Planet 224. They have not left at all, and every single one of them is just in like their own basically fake mind
Mind
palace.
Palace.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then he brings them all their fantasies together so that he can like share information, like talk to them. And they are back in this SGC gate room but it's still fake. And he's explaining the truth. The mist is alive. They are non-corporeal sentient beings. And every time they use that uses the Stargate and it is powered by their non-corporeal forms, it kills them.
Yeah.
And in order to get back to the Milky Way galaxy would have required such a power drain that it would have killed literally millions of his people. So he's going to keep them there and they can live out whatever fantasy they choose. He was like, "You guys all had fantasies." He goes, "Except for Taylor, we couldn't give you a fantasy because you didn't have any memories of Earth, so we just stuck you in John's." And he goes,
We just
"Unfortunately,
sit you with him.
yeah." We were like, "Unfortunately," he was like, "Unfortunately, John, figured out that this was wrong really early. You caught on
Yeah.
super fast." And he's like, "But I'll let you hear. I'll let you pick what you want to do. You can live out fantasies together. You can live out fantasies separately. You can do whatever you want. But this is your new life." And McKay's like, "Wait, did you say our bodies are just laying there on 224?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We're gonna die. Like humans, you guys are non-corporeal. That's not true. Like we need food, we need water, like we'll die." And he goes, "Guess you better enjoy yourself while you can."
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so the team then explains that if he saw their minds and he saw their memories and he saw their understanding of how they work, he should know they will not be left alone. Like the rest of their team will come looking for them. They
Mhm.
will just keep opening the gate and opening the gate and opening the gate, and it will never end because they don't leave their people behind. Um, so Weir promises them that they will return to Atlantis and they will never come back and they will not use any more power than they have to leave.
Mhm.
Um, and obviously he can see their minds, so he knows she's telling the truth. And they wake up again on 224, and McKay works on disconnecting the eighth chevron crystal so that they go. And Weir says it's time to go home. And they finally realize that for them, home is now Atlantis. And that is the end of the episode.
Yeah, it was wild. I really enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
Um, I thought it was a really good episode. I thought that there was so much good like different elements put in. Like I thought visually it was good because you could, especially with like the switching back and forth with
Hmm.
McKay and Ware in
Yeah.
the lab, like that was really well shot. I think the acting was really well done because you see both sides of them, like fake them, real
I
them.
think especially with Rodney and Weir, the
Where
seeing the happy Rodney with the angry Weir and vice versa, like
hmm
it was a really nice juxtaposition.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was fun to see them in the real world, even though like we get to see their Earth life, even if it's not real here. That is really their Earth
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see them out and about. I I still wonder if Taylor and Shepard are gonna have anything
Okay.
because it just they're always put together. They like are a little cutesy and like I mean they could just be friends, that's fine, but like
Okay.
maybe they're not. I don't
Okay.
know. Um I'm trying to think what my other thoughts were about this episode because I had so many. I didn't think it was gonna be the mist. That caught me off guard. I don't know why. I feel like they really
You
set it
like
up well in the beginning.
you were like, "I know something is wrong." And then when it
Yeah,
was like, "I am the mist," you were like, "M. Night Shyamalan
of
can never."
course. But I'm like, yeah, no, but I'm like, but of course you're the mist.
Like,
Like
what else would
they
it be?
opened with the mist being like having these powers, like elements or whatever,
Yeah.
and like knowing there's living beings within it. Why would it not be the mist? Like, but
Right.
my brain didn't connect A to Z, and it was all very smooth and very well set up. So like, I of course loved that we saw George. Love
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Love him. He was the dead giveaway that it was not right from, minute one, but
Um,
it was happy to see him.
yeah. I do have just a few pieces of trivia. Obviously, George, but the very first two things that they do to tell any so this episode is done really, really well because if you
Mhm.
didn't watch SG1 and you just watch Atlantis, you don't really have the
You have no
background,
idea.
but you can tell from the way the characters are like talking to each other that something's off. And you get those little hints, like Weir saying that Shepard should have gone, and Shepard saying that he wishes Weir was there, like those little moments. But for the SG1 viewers, the double viewers, there's two things that happen very early in the episode that tell you this is not Earth. One is General Hammond's rank,
Hmm.
and the second, I don't know if you remember this. Hammond says the depleted CPM is there, and they can give it to Rodney. Do you remember where the depleted CPM is?
Didn't we just talk about this like a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Um, where was it? No, I don't remember. But I do
Chrono
remember us just talking about this.
Kronos, when he went, when the we just talked
Mm.
about Kronos went to give Ball the blown
Right,
up
right, right, right,
ZPM,
right,
but he
right, right.
actually gave them the depleted ZPM. So SGC doesn't have the depleted ZPM. Kronos and Ball have it.
Mm,
So
mhm,
that
mhm.
can't even be true because it's not true anymore. It's not at the
Right,
SGC.
right, right,
Of
right.
course, our Atlantis team wouldn't know that because they were already in
Mhm.
Atlantis when we gave it to Kronos. But we as viewers can be like, what? Wait, wrong,
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do not follow the ZPM stuff very well, to be honest.
That's fair.
Like
It's still
across
complicated
the
and it's
board.
still new and we didn't use it. Like ZPMs
Hmm.
are an Atlantis thing that only got introduced early, like early enough in SG1 that they could then lead into Atlantis.
Hmm.
They're very important in Atlantis because they are what power the gates in the
Right.
Pegasus galaxy. However, we don't often talk about them in SG1.
Hmm.
But the depleted ZPM that they kept on base, we did this season get rid of it. So,
Yeah.
and then my other piece of trivia is that the dog who played Sedge is in fact Tori's real dog.
I wanted that to be a trivia. I wanted it to be a trivia so
And
bad.
the funny thing about it is when she was talking to the producers, like to Joseph and Paul and Martin and everybody, and they were talking about the episode. She was trying to find, she was like, if we're going to Earth, I want to bring my dog. And she was like trying to find ways to get them to bring her dog. So she basically told them, I can walk into the house singing. And they were she sings so badly that they were like, just bring your dog. It's fine.
That's so funny. That to full circle, this makes me think of Taylor Swift. In the Fatophilia video, the sourdough bread is what
Yes.
she baked.
Yeah.
It's her sourdough
I love
bread.
it. I love it.
Uh,
But yeah, she was like, I could sing when I walk into the house and I'm excited to see Simon. They go, how about you bring your dog instead?
that's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, so that was this episode. It's a fun one, which is good because next week's is not.
Okay.
Um, well, no, okay, it's not, it's a good episode. It's not a fun episode.
Right. It's sad. What do I
Um,
have next week? Am I gonna survive? I'll probably be all right.
well, we won't watch it next week because we're doing two Covens next week.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
and I will not be watching the next episode of Atlantis
Uh,
until the 27th.
oh, amazing.
Because
Amazing. Good news for my brain.
next week's for us is a double AHS week, and then we have a week off because of your swearing in ceremony.
Yep, I'm doing that. I'm
Yeah.
doing that.
So you have time to be sad. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Love that.
Um,
Love that for me.
and it's more you're gonna be angry more than you're gonna be sad.
Okay, good. That's what I prefer.
Yeah, we're dealing with our favorite nemesis. Not
Right?
not villain nemesis.
The government?
No, yes, the next SG1 we're dealing with our favorite nemesis, the government. No, the Janai are back.
That's really fast.
I know. I
Oh,
know. So it'll be a Janai episode. So
cool.
that's fun. Yeah, like the Janai are like the government to our Wraith, the way or like the Janai is to the government like the Wraith is to the Goa'uld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
one of
Makes
them is
sense.
the actual enemy, but one of them's a much bigger problem.
Right. Correct.
All right, so before we wrap this up, who do you want to punch?
So here's the thing. No one did anything particularly wrong in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, all of the bad things that happened were well meant. So, like,
Would it help
I
if I
mean,
told you who I picked?
yeah.
Okay, I picked specifically the Weir reality Rodney.
Oh, okay, okay, so I can
Like
pick fake
I did,
people.
yeah,
Fake
like
people are
not
fine.
I didn't pick Rodney. I picked the Rodney that
Right.
talks to Weir when she's panicking because he's a fucking prick.
Yes. Oh, that's such a good pick. Okay,
That's
I
why
didn't think
when
about
I said
that.
I was like when you were stressed, I was like, let me explain how I broke it down so that you don't have to feel like you have to pick a
Yes.
real person. Because you're right, all of
Correct.
the real people didn't do anything wrong.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna pick the fake Weir because
Fair.
she didn't like want to listen to
Yeah.
Rodney, and she was just like, "No, we're here now. This is where we
Yeah.
live. We're fine."
Yeah, my backup choice if you also hated Rodney was Mitch and Dax, the dead soldiers.
Yeah, I just feel bad because they're dead, dead,
Right.
and that's sad.
That is sad.
So, but
But
I did think about them.
they were such douches though. Like
I know
legitimately,
they
like
really
they were
were.
the kind of people where you're like, "Oh, this is why John has the reputation he has because these are the
They were
kind of
frat
guys he hung out.
bros.
Yeah, like these are the guys
Yeah,
he hung out with." I get that he's not that, but I get why people think that he's that. Like,
yeah.
um, all right. Yeah, so we're punching fake people because the real people don't deserve it. Who is your MVP?
I'm gonna go with John because he figured it all out, even and
Yeah.
he like kept a pretty level head about it too, and
Yeah.
didn't panic when his dead friends came back, which would have sent me into a spiral. So
Yeah,
good for him
for
for keeping
sure.
it together.
Yeah, he was my first choice also, but I also was pretty confident that you were gonna pick him. So I went with Weir. Real Weir, not fake Weir, obviously.
Sure.
Because she had a really tough emotional journey in this episode because I think like obviously her conversations with Simon weren't real, but her working through how she felt about them and answering that question of whether she would like to be in Atlantis or be back with him was real.
Right.
And then she was able to like make the deal with the Mist Hammond and like she was the one who at the end was like, no, we are going home and like made the decision that Atlantis is home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally fair. I think she was also on the verge more than anyone else too, of like figuring it out. So I think she was definitely like
Yeah, she
making
definitely
choice.
didn't I don't think she figured out things were as wrong as like John figured it
Right.
out. John figured it out immediately, and part of that was just he has a good instinct, and part of that was that they took
Mhm.
him to his apartment that didn't exist.
Right, 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 right. That'll do it. That'll do it
The-
every time.
and then his dead friends showed up. And so like
Sure.
Weir's was a little less intense because everything was what it should have been, but she still knew it wasn't what it should have been. Like
Right.
so yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
All right. Well, so yeah, so like I said, next week, next week on Death and Aliens, next Sunday, we are watching Stargate SG1 season 8, episode 10. But our next yes.
Nope. Oh, yes, very nine. It was nine, not eight.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
The one week we went backwards has thrown me
Well,
off for
it's
the
gonna
rest
throw
of
you
my
off again
life.
because then we're gonna double Atlantis.
Well,
So it's gonna be SG 110 and then it's gonna be Atlantis 10, Atlantis 11, SG 111. So then we're gonna be backwards.
cool. Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool. Can't wait.
So that's the next couple weeks. We're officially in November. Right now. It
I'm on
is
a cruise. I don't
you're
know.
on
Am I? What
it's
day is it?
the second. So
I'm on a plane
you're on a plane
to be on a cruise.
to be on a cruise. But yeah, so November is gonna be fun. Because we're gonna end November with our spooky movie that we don't know what we're watching yet. So
Oh, I do know.
oh, okay.
You just don't know.
That's rude. I, I made this podcast.
And
Um,
I bring the joy to it.
if you have any thoughts, or guesses about what horrible torture Courtney's gonna put me through, um,
It's a movie I haven't seen if it makes you feel better.
that sounds terrible because then you can't warn me what the level of scary is gonna be, and I don't think I appreciate that.
I do think I'm
Um,
watching it this month, so I will know it before you know it.
great. We're also watching it this month, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see.
Just kidding. No, we won't. We don't have to watch it till you get back from the cruise. We watch it
Okay, yeah.
on the week of your birthday. So
Amazing. I think it's one of my October films, so
Okay. Um, in case you guys wanted to understand just how out of control
chaotic everything
our
else.
recording series is,
Yeah.
obviously because you're listening to this in November and we're still freaking out about Taylor Swift, so that's fine.
Think about that. That's gonna be wild. Bringing
Wild.
it back, making it relevant again.
So if you have questions about Taylor Swift, or if obviously by November you now have a favorite song or a favorite lyric or a favorite everything about Taylor, please email us at deathandaliens@gmail.com. You can also, talk to us about Stargate, not just Taylor Swift. That's fine too. You can follow us on all of the social media at Death and Aliens, and you can follow me everywhere at EMKAY_superstar.
And you can find me at CE Cloud 13.
And with that, we will see you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.